Good morning.
Hi, everybody.
It's always so awkward, like starting out.
I know, because we're usually having a conversation before, and it's usually about stuff we're irritated about.
And we're being massively inappropriate.
Yeah, usually it's about something very,
things.
very inappropriate. Yeah.
Today was no exception.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't an exception.
A lot of stuff going on.
So
as
much.
usual.
Kelly
First,
Preston.
Yeah, sad news about
Preston.
Kelly Preston.
57 years old, you guys.
She is gone too soon of breast cancer, which she had kept hidden. I guess she's been fighting it for 2 years.
2 years.
And she kept it a big fat secret, which is her prerogative. And now she has passed away, leaving behind 2 kids. God. The third kid died himself, years ago?
Yeah.
Her 16-year-old.
Yeah, that was really, really sad.
So
They've had some hardship, that family.
they really have.
Mm-hmm.
And her and John Travolta had been married almost 30 years. Like forever.
Really?
Yeah, 28 years. They just celebrated their 28th anniversary last fall.
That is an eternity in Hollywood.
It really is.
Like, that is a long time.
She's so beautiful, too.
She really, really was. I loved her and Jerry Maguire.
I loved her and Jerry Maguire, even though she was such a biatch.
She was. She was such a great biatch.
She was. She was
right?
fantastic. But I loved her, too, in Mischief. Do you remember that movie?
I don't remember
good.
Mischief.
Such a great coming-of-age movie.
Who else was in that movie? Was there somebody else? No? Just her?
I mean, obviously there were other people.
Yeah,
I just don't.
but nobody famous. No.
It was so
really
cute.
her.
It's just like teenagers being horny and just being hilarious. It was great.
That,
it was a great movie.
Yeah, she was a good little actress.
Yeah, so that is really sad. And she's not the only sort of celebrity death we need to mention. Lisa Marie Presley's son and Elvis's grandson.
And he looked just like him, you guys.
He committed suicide this past weekend, shot to the head, 27 years old. That family has also been very troubled, at least the Lisa Marie part of that family.
I agree. Yeah.
Very, very troubled family. So that is also very, very sad news.
Okay, I have the Redskins here.
So
the Washington Redskins are changing their name.
They're changing their name,
They're
guys.
changing it to the Karens. Because
that's not official.
Oh, it's not. It's not official. I feel like they should change their name to the Karens.
That's fitting.
But
not official.
Oh.
They are actually. I just read something because I saw a couple places. Oh yeah, they're going to announce a big name change today. But then I saw something that said no. They're just announcing that they're retiring the Redskins name today. But they still have a bunch of review processes to go through before they announce the next name. So right now they're just the Washington.
Yeah. They're just the. That's what they are.
That team out there in Washington.
That football team over there. It's what they are. It's what
over them.
They're the wokes. They're super woke.
So yeah, I don't know what they're going to be called, but they are going to announce that there's no more Redskins.
They're called a bunch of sheep, is what they are. Just call them a bunch of sheep.
What else?
AOC's an idiot.
Oh my God, you guys, have you seen all this stuff about AOC?
She is an idiot. This whole Goya thing. This Goya thing, first of all, is like, it's blowing my mind. I think that they're actually doing better. They're gonna fare well like Chick-fil-A did.
Oh yeah, they're doing great.
Because we talked a lot about boycotts last week, and whenever liberals are like, don't buy theirs, whenever liberals do this, it backfires, man. You can't.
Almost always.
They're just morons when it comes to boycotts because they're like, don't buy their stuff. And then people will run out and they're like, look, I'm making chili this weekend with Goya stuff. Woo! And like Twitter's all, Goya. And they have to realize that Goya is primarily a Hispanic company. So why is she doing this?
Well, that's just one of 3 current examples of her stupidity. Because there was that. She's like, I'm just going to have to learn to make my own adobo.
Really?
Without Goya.
Good luck with that.
Well, that's why I tweeted back to her. I was like, you just learned where vegetables come from.
Yeah.
So
you're not going to make your own adobo. You're not doing that.
But then the other thing that she said, she said in a town hall of some sort this past weekend, she was asked about, because, she's very much a proponent of abolish the police, defund the police. So someone asked her, well, what would cities look like without police? And her answer was, like suburbs.
Oh my God, she's so dumb. For real.
And I was like, who's going to tell her
No.
that police are in suburbs?
I mean,
I don't, what?
what?
I mean, at some point, people on the left have to recognize how dumb she is.
No, they don't recognize that. They prop her up. They're like, she should run for president. She should run.
I can't. Okay, so then it gets
Yeah,
worse
okay.
because then
and there's no follow-up question, right? Because none of these news outlets actually, do the journalisming or anything. There's no, because we'll get to that in a second, because no one does like actual news or real investigative journalism anymore. So no one does a follow-up question, and they're like, hey, have you seen the crime in cities over the past couple weeks? They've sort of spiked in crime.
Well, I'm so glad you said that because actually someone did ask her,
Oh,
hey, but have you seen that like in New York City,
Yeah.
even where you're from, their murders are exploding.
yeah, there's a little bit of crime. And what was her answer, Mock?
Her answer was that the reason for the uptick in crime is because there are so many people out of work who feel like they can't pay their rent and need to shoplift in order to buy bread.
Oh, that accounts for all the murders. Okay. So it's all the bread stealing. That's what it is. I can't with her.
So shoplifting and murder,
They go hand in
they're
hand.
not on the same
The
level.
bread stealing and then the murder. It's all just intertwined.
That was her answer.
And
you
again,
guys.
no follow-up questions.
I can't.
Nobody is looking at her going, you're an idiot. They're not the same.
How can they not? Like at this point, that's what I'm saying though. Like at this point, surely there are people on the opposite side of the aisle who are like, that was dumb.
This was a mistake. She was a giant mistake. We have to stop putting her in public. She's a giant mistake.
Oh my God, she's so dumb, you guys.
All right, so then there's that virologist. There's a guy, speaking of news people who don't do their jobs.
Yes.
There's a guy, what is his name?
NBC contributor, as a matter of
Is it
fact.
Joseph Fair?
Yes.
This is why, listen, I know people are always telling me, you need to listen to the medical professionals.
The experts.
These are experts. They're telling you what to do. You know, wearing all the masks and wear masks, don't wear masks. Do this, don't do that.
They're experts.
They're experts on everything, right? Well, there's this guy, Joseph Fair. He's a virologist.
And epidemiologist.
And
Expert.
they put him on NBC. Y'all have probably seen this story, right? They put him on NBC, and they followed his COVID journey, because everything's a journey now.
Everything is a journey.
Right? It's like, if it's not your pregnancy and marriage journey, it's your COVID journey.
Or your weight loss journey.
Oh, your weight loss journey.
It's another big journey that people take.
It's a journey.
Do I get like a donut eating journey?
God,
'Cause that's
we're
the
gonna
journey
chronicle
I'm
it. We're gonna chronicle her donut eating journey. We're doing it. We're starting it this week. Tomorrow, I'm bringing in donuts. So his COVID journey was chronicled, right, on NBC, and they
very, very sick.
propped him up. He was so sick.
Yeah.
And they showed him in the hospital. He's hooked up to all the machines, and and he was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sick, and I got it through my eyeballs." I got it through my eyeballs on a plane. And so we're all like, holy crap, he got it through his eyeballs? This guy's a virologist and an epidemiologist. He has an MD after his name. He must know what he's talking about. I can get this crap through my eyeballs? My God. So you listen to him and you think, because everybody tells you, listen to the doctors. So you do.
He was super sick, and NBC chronicled his journey, and Chuck Todd just talked to him and said, joining me now is virologist Joseph Fair, who recently recovered from COVID-19 himself. This was on Meet the Press in June.
No one corrected that.
And so he said, Dr. Fair, let me start with you because I'd like you to share a bit about your recovery. What should Americans take away from your experience? And he was all, oh my God, it was like the worst I've ever felt. It really sucked hard. I mean, he said that in like more artful terms than I am.
That's paraphrased.
Right.
That's chick-a-phrase.
But he was like, it was bad. Guys. It was really bad.
And it probably was. He was probably sick from something, right?
But the problem is that he had 5 COVID tests, all of which were negative.
Yeah, but no one seemed to want to talk about that, him included. He didn't say that. He didn't say, oh, by the way, I've tested negative. I'm going to go ahead and just let y'all think that I have COVID. How freaking irresponsible is that?
And he had 1 negative antibody test. So 5 negative actual tests, 1 negative antibody test, meaning he's never had it. And so his illness remains sort of this mystery and this undiagnosed
He didn't
illness.
have COVID though.
Well, not according to all the tests.
He didn't have it according to the test. So, but he's been propped up on NBC as having this journey, and no one ever corrected it. No one, of course, since today, up to today, no one has said, "Hey, by the way, we screwed that up.
Yeah,
we messed that up. We probably shouldn't have propped this guy up." As some
they don't
sort
get
of
to introduce him as a COVID recovery
No.
example when he never actually had it.
and say, "Hey, I got it through my eyeballs."
What he should be talking about is not how bad he felt, but how completely effed up the tests clearly are.
Yeah.
Because if he thinks he had it and he had 5 negative tests, maybe talk about why that is.
Yeah.
Why were the tests all negative? Explain that one, Mr. Epidemiology man.
Exactly. If you think you had it, which, I mean, obviously you didn't if there were 5 tests that were negative and you don't have an antibody test that proves that you had it, then yeah, talk about that. Let's talk about that. But don't talk about how you had it and you got it through your eyeballs.
And that you recovered. Because you didn't have it.
It's so this is so freaking irresponsible. And then people are turning around. I got people in my family telling me, listen to the doctors. I'm not, because this guy's full of crap. He's full of crap. I'm not going to do it. If I'll listen to people who are not lying to me, how's that? But when you start lying to me, I'm out. I'm out. I'm going to just do all the things that are personally responsible things, and I'll be safe. But other than that, I'm not going to listen to people who lie to me.
So what she's saying is she's going to stop licking people in public,
I'll
which
stop.
has been a problem.
Yeah. And
been a big
apparently I'll get on
problem.
planes and I'll go like this because I don't want to get it through my eyeballs. That's going to be the still that we have for this video.
That's going to be the thumbnail.
That's going to be the thumbnail.
Yes, it'll be like you.
Because that's what YouTube is going to... YouTube is going to pick that as the thumbnail.
Because that's what happens, you guys, when we upload this video to YouTube, then it just spits out 3 choices of thumbnails.
And it's always the ugliest shots of us. It's always the weirdest. And it'll be me with my eyes closed going, oh, that'll be me. Anyway. They're canceling a bunch of stuff now because we always do a segment every show now on what they're canceling because every day the woke crowd is canceling crap. Today it's John Wayne. We're talking about how they're canceling John Wayne because apparently he was a big fat racist.
You can't do that. Wait, where are they canceling? Oh, it's from USC. There's an exhibit at USC.
Well, it'll be more than that.
They're,
once they start there, they're just going to cancel them everywhere. There's some
they're going to stop, how, what do you mean?
Movies, everything. They're going to get rid of John Wayne. They're just going to cancel John Wayne from existence like he didn't exist.
That is dumb.
Anyways.
And granted, he said some pretty racist crap. But still, he had a contribution to make to our society and to our culture and to the film world that cannot be erased.
Yeah, but
it just can't.
But they're going to. They're going to
Well,
erase
that's
John
just
Wayne. And then Ford employees, they don't like cop cars, so they want to stop making cop cars. So they want to cancel them.
Police are mean, so we don't want to make cars for them anymore.
At
least Ford is we're going to continue to do that.
I have the feel bads
so
about
dumb.
cop cars. Well, you work there and you're making a salary or you're at least making a living off of it, but they don't like to make the cop cars. It makes them feel bad.
Okay.
Anyways, that's happening.
We need to talk about what happened right here in our own city.
Yeah, let's do that.
This was on the 5th of July, and it's only just now kind of making the rounds in the news world.
Crazy, you guys.
But we have this area in downtown Indy that is really lovely, or it used to be, that's a nice walk along the canal in downtown, and they turn the canal different colors with different seasons and stuff. It's really cool, and you can take little rides. Hi, Rob. You can take little rides, and it's along next to the museum. It's just really, really pretty, right?
Yeah.
Well, there have been, I think, 3 shootings now in the last few weeks at the canal. One of them happened July 5th. And it was of a 24-year-old mom of a 3-year-old and her fiance. They were out. This was
just walking the canal.
They were walking the canal. Now, granted, it was 3 a.m. Nothing good happens at that hour.
Well, it was after the fireworks.
Right. Well, except there were none. There were no fireworks.
Well, okay, it was after a 4th of July celebration.
Right.
But there were fireworks all over the city.
Yeah.
I say after the fireworks, but like when we were driving home from Texas, there were fireworks going off everywhere. Now, there weren't technically fireworks downtown, but there were fireworks all over, like where we were. They were everywhere. So, Lord, they probably weren't like at a technical like fireworks show, but they were enjoying like stuff going on in the city, I would imagine. And you know what? She shouldn't have gotten shot.
Right.
It's like it used to be that you could walk downtown and be out at 3 a.m. and not get shot. That's how the city was. Yeah, I remember the days.
Rob?
Yeah.
Remember?
You remember those days?
Kelly Preston's dead.
We already
We
talked
talked about
She was
that.
naked in Jerry Maguire.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
really
This is what he
inappropriate.
remembers.
Really,
he remembers the
really
Losing the
nakedness.
best of us.
Inappropriate. Anyway, back to this Indianapolis story.
Anyway,
So what happened is that she was walking with her fiance, some BLM people walked by them and said, Black Lives Matter. Her response to them was to say, all lives matter. That apparently was enough to get those BLM people riled up and drew weapons. Her fiance also had a gun. He pulled a gun. Then there was like sort of a breakup of this altercation, but then it re-escalated elsewhere along the canal, and she ended up getting shot 3 times.
In the head.
Twice in the head and like once in the arm, I
Yeah.
think. And so she died. And for some reason, it's only now coming out how that whole altercation came to be. And the fact that she literally lost her life simply for saying that everybody's life is important. That's why she's dead, you guys. That's why.
And she leaves behind a itty bitty boy.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. And so that was, I want to say that was the 3rd shooting. I want to say that's the 3rd shooting on the canal in just the last few weeks. It's insane. What's happening here?
I gotta say, I'm just appalled that we're just now hearing about it.
Yeah.
Like we just heard about it over the weekend. And that's the thing, is that usually, you hear about this stuff, especially in our city. We would have heard about it like the day it happened or the day after it happened. We're just now hearing about it.
Yeah. And I don't know if like local news, just may have said there was a shooting at the canal and sort of everybody didn't really pay attention. But now that the details are out, now everyone's like, what? I mean, this is why people are killing each other now?
Yeah.
This is crazy.
It's insanity.
It's absolutely crazy.
Barry, you asked where it was. It's in downtown Indianapolis on a place called the Canal.
Yeah.
In Indianapolis, which used to be a pretty
nice.
relatively safe place to hang out. Downtown Indianapolis used to be relatively safe. You could walk around and do the things and not get shot.
And not even worry that you wouldn't feel unsafe ever.
No, in fact, we were saying even last week that we would, at lunchtime, we go down and do all the things on the circle, because Monument Circle's a really beautiful, used to be a very beautiful place. And you could go hang out. There are restaurants down here and cafes and stuff, and we would go and enjoy that at lunch. We do not leave the studio. We do not
even in
leave.
the daylight.
Not even during the day. We do not leave the studio.
And most of the restaurants are still boarded up from the riots that took place here after George Floyd's all that stuff happened.
Yeah, they have, and the mayor hasn't done crap to fix it. All he's done is allowed graffiti artists to come down here and spray graffiti on the boards.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't give crap one about the business owners down here.
Literally the worst mayor ever, you guys. I mean,
Worst.
aside from de Blasio.
Oh, and surprise, he's a Democrat.
Yeah, I mean, when Democrats take over cities, this is what you get.
We're turning into San Francisco. It's legit. People are pooping on the street. It's disgusting down here. It's not safe. 3 years ago, it was a thriving city, and they were building, and more businesses were coming downtown, and we'd go out it was great. It was beautiful. On a summer day, people would be on Monument Circle hanging out on the stairs. People were everywhere. They were everywhere. It was beautiful down here. Now it's just excuse my language, it's just a giant shithole.
It is a shithole.
It is. And it's because Democrats have taken over.
Also, can we just give this example of how much the USA Today sucks monkey balls? Because they decided to do a fact check. I don't know if you guys saw it, but there is this new, I don't even know if it's new, but there's Trump campaign t-shirts that have the Imperial Eagle on them.
Oh my God.
This is going to be too hard to see.
This is ridiculous. Can you guys see it?
Am I showing it?
Well, I can't see.
Hang on.
Hold on. No, it's over here.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Right there. Can you guys
See it? See it? Let me get closer.
There you go.
Is it
right there? Yeah.
All right, so that's the picture of the eagle. So the U.S. So people saw that T-shirt. Liberals saw that T-shirt, and they were like, somehow that makes Trump a Nazi. So the USA Today took it upon themselves to fact check whether or not that shirt with the eagle picture is in fact a Nazi symbol, and they tweeted, "The claim: Trump campaign T-shirts feature imperial eagle, a Nazi symbol.
Oh my God.
Our ruling, true." So, USA Today says Trump's a Nazi. You better believe it, right? Well, then an hour and a half later, not even, barely an hour and a half later, they tweeted a follow-up that said, clarification. This is one of my favorite. We need to clarify. They said, the claim that Trump 2020 has put out a T-shirt with a symbol similar to a Nazi eagle and is being criticized for it is true. Worth noting, the eagle is a longtime U.S. symbol, too.
Oh, you think? You think USA Today? God.
So then people found the same exact symbol on Nancy Pelosi stuff, on Obama stuff, on money. I mean, like, come on. This is not news that we use an eagle as a symbol of the United
I
States.
swear to God.
But this is the level to which our media is complicit in playing along with leftist outrage about stuff that is not to be outraged over.
They are accomplices. They are accomplices in all this.
It's just insane.
It's like and this whole, I'm so sick and tired of hearing he's a Nazi. The whole Nazi comparison, the Hitler comparison, we hear for the past however many years we've been hearing this. I get so tired of that. Quit comparing him to Hitler. Quit comparing this administration to Nazis. Have you read a history book? Stop it.
This is just insane.
Yeah.
Insane. So there were a lot of great tweets in response to that because people were like, you guys, Hitler breathed air and so does Trump.
I mean, come on.
Clearly they're both
the eagle thing?
Nazis.
Like, the eagle thing is such a stretch.
I know.
I mean, I can't believe people aren't just absolutely laughing at them maniacally. You are a joke, American media.
It's a total joke.
An absolute joke.
And they still expect to be taken seriously as journalists.
Absolute joke.
Not happening. Nope.
Did you guys see that badass fighter pilot? It was, I need to find her picture. She's like the biggest badass.
Oh, she's the first black female fighter pilot
Yeah.
to graduate from the U.S. Navy.
She's a total badass. I want to see more of this and less Kardashian is what I want to see.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. Did you hear her?
Not
Usually
happening.
she's Miss Positive Pants. She's like, good luck with that.
There's no way.
But that's what I want to see because I have a 10-year-old daughter and I want her to see more of that and less of this Kardashian, like, yeah, I have boobs. I want, seriously, more female fighter pilots. Less of the skank. That's what I want to see. If we could see more of that, please.
I guarantee you that female fighter pilot does not have zillions of followers on the social
Well,
media.
she should. She should have zillions of followers, and the Kardashians should not. That's what's wrong with our society. It's culture rot, you guys.
How dare you speak of our future first lady that way?
Oh my God, there's a big giant flaming thing of poo. Somebody just put poo in there. Yeah, she is. She's gorgeous, isn't she? She's absolutely gorgeous.
The pilot, yeah.
The
she's
pilot. She's
beautiful.
gorgeous. She's a total badass. That's who you want your 10-year-old daughter looking up to. Not, I have these like really nude Spanx on. I'm famous because of a sex tape that my mother put out. Stop it. And I'm going to be first lady.
What else are we talking about?
I don't know, we have so much to talk about
There
today.
is a lot
Robert De
today.
Niro is celebrity poor. Have you guys seen this? He
What does
can't.
that mean?
He's having a hard time paying his bills. I feel so bad for him, you guys. He can't pay his bills. It's really tough. I don't know. He's having a hard time because he said something about how the pandemic has made him poor. I don't understand it. I don't know. You've made like a gajillion movies. How? He pays like $50,000 a month in spousal support. Could you
Wow.
imagine getting $50,000 a month from a dude? Could you imagine that?
Awesome. I mean, wouldn't it?
I mean, $50,000 is like what somebody makes in a year.
Yeah. That's why it would be so awesome.
She gets that every month.
Every month.
From a dude for doing nothing but being married to him.
Well,
that's
Let's be fair. That was probably quite a chore.
I did.
It is Robert De Niro. After all.
It is Robert De Niro. That's right. I'll give that to her. But I mean, could you imagine?
Wow.
Yeah, but this is the thing. These people live in a whole different world, and he's like, I can't afford to pay my bills. Just do another movie. Do another crap movie. Go do Meet the Fockers 15. You'll be fine.
Doesn't he still get residuals from all of the movies he's done? He's made a million movies that are really good.
I know. Like you right?
You were in The Godfather, for crying out loud.
You were in The Godfather 2 and 3, weren't you?
Yeah, in all of them, right?
I think so.
Wait, was he in the first one?
I don't know. Was that Al Pacino?
Well, Al Pacino was definitely in all of them, but I can't remember.
I think he was in. I think he was. I don't know. You were in Goodfellas.
Yeah,
you were in like
Casino. I mean, he's been in everything, and they've been remarkably successful.
And he's been
films.
in terrible movies too.
True.
That still made money.
True.
Like, get yourself a financial planner. What is wrong with you?
But do you remember Awakenings? You guys, that's one of my favorite.
She always brings that movie up.
Movies.
She always does. Whenever
he was so brilliant in that movie, and I wanted to. You loved him because he was so dear in that movie, and it's so awful to think about what a real life prick he is.
Why they call it acting. That's why.
And he's phenomenal at it. There's no getting around that. Like, he is a horrible person, but man, is he ever a great actor.
Yeah.
He's great. But awful.
Yeah. You know, he's an awful, awful human being.
So how he's poor, I have no idea. But I mean, if he's got to pay $50,000 a month to somebody,
he's having a hard time paying his bills. This is what happens. It couldn't happen to a nicer person, right?
I know. Well, I'm happy to be that kind of poor. Like, if you want to just transfer that poverty onto me,
just like send it our way.
Or
De Niro.
We can manage.
All right, you guys, what a Monday. So much to talk about.
Yeah.
You can join us on our show 9 to 11 on 93 WIBC if you want to.
WIBC.com.
And I don't know, is there anything else going on today?
We're going to record a new Mock and Daisy Common Sense podcast tomorrow, but we don't know on what yet.
We don't know what we're talking about yet.
I mean, we could talk about defunding police. We could talk about cancel culture. There's like a gajillion examples of cancel culture now.
We're going to be talking about cancel culture and boycotts probably. And like how crazy everybody has been. We'll probably go off the rails and just talk about something nuts. So, anywho, bring it in. Bring it in, you guys. Bring it in! You guys have a fantastic Monday. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.